What's up, players? It's your boy Miguel here. Welcome back. TPC Weekly Roundup, episode number 19, where we highlight the biggest games and stories of the previous week. If this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell to stay all the way in the loop with everything Player Circle. If you're a faithful subscriber, appreciate you. Let's get into it. 46. That's how many points Amari Bailey scored in the Sierra Canyon victory over Campbell Hall. The 46 is a single game record for the school, which was previously held by current Sacramento King Marvin Bagley at 43 points. It was an impressive showing from Bailey, who went 16 from 23 from the field and added 7 rebounds and 5 assists. The UCLA commit sure is living the rock star life already, pulling off in a Lambo truck to top things off. Sheesh. The game of the week had to be Hansel Emmanuel and SOH Elite versus Mikey Williams and We All Can Go. This went down at the B-Mays Elite Showcase in Maryville, Tennessee. The gym was sold out when the game was broadcasted live on YouTube courtesy of SUV TV. Now, I caught the live broadcast, but my guy Robert Alfonso was in the building calling the game. I spoke with him earlier today to hear all about it. Check it out. What's up, players? It's your man Miguel Rodriguez. And we have our first repeat guest on the TPC Weekly Roundup, my man Robert Alfonso, baseline to sideline. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm well, brother. I'm blessed. Glad to be back.
Glad to have you, man. So you know the reason you on here, man. You was actually on the call on the game of the week, SOH Elite, We All Can Go, Hansel Emmanuel versus Mikey Williams. What was it like in the gym, man?
Well, first of all, it had a vibe and a feel like almost going to Dykeman for those of y'all in New York who understand that, you know, where the anticipation of who's coming through, what's going on, how's this going to take down, and as the crescendo and things getting to that moment, man, I couldn't have asked for a better atmosphere, not just for the opportunity to call the game with Joel Hillsman and SUV TV, but also the opportunity to just see two talented teams as well as two solid individual players.
Right. So, you know, Hansel, he got a lot of attention. What was it like seeing him in person?
Well, this was, I want to say this will probably be my third time. Okay. And every time I see him, he gets better. Okay. Every time, and you know, and it's something that when you look at him, first of all, it's a gift from God. You know what I mean? Like he humbles, he allows you to look and see what he does. And I've watched kids look at him. And one kid even told me during the halftime of the game, like, yo, I'm not doing enough with my basketball. You know what I mean? And he's right. Because, you know, this is a young man who's playing without a left arm, and he's out here getting it. Is he getting a lot of attention? Is he being double teamed? Are people playing up against his weakness, which unfortunately is his left hand? Of course. But a lot of times he goes through his emotions, but he manages to reel it back in, and then he gets to the business, which is playing basketball. You know, and that's the one thing that I really enjoy watching about him. And when he played against We All Can Go, he just showed a lot of poise, the ability to shoot the jump shot with some range and consistency. And the one thing that is overlooked, because so much is emphasized on his ability to score due to the fact that he has one arm, is his vision. Is his court vision, where he's able to see guys cutting. He's able to put the ball where guys are able to just do as minimal movement necessary to go score, or he's anticipating guys to be at spots and may or may not get there. But the fact that he's able to do that, I mean, he dropped 26 and like 19 of them was in the second half, you know, because the kid was just determined that, okay, if I'm going to be out here, I'm just going to play. And we're going to get to it.
Right. So We All Can Go. They won the game. Mikey Williams had a solid game. What was it like seeing Mikey out there?
Yeah, he's another one that I've seen for the second time, and being able to see Mikey and with him, he's such a crowd favorite. You know what I mean? Let's just put it to like what it is. I mean, kids was basically almost near crying themselves to be able to, be able to get at least a glimpse of Mikey, in the packed house at William Blount High School. I mean, it was small in the middle of nowhere, Maryville, Tennessee, but the atmosphere was crazy. So during the second game, which we'll talk about here later, I happened to see from the corner of my eye a whole crew of players come through, all hiding, trying to be disguising, so fans weren't paying attention. And I knew, I was like this, that's all we all can go, trying to get into the locker room, which they did. And then it was just the anticipation. Then when he came out, just for warm-ups, and you had grown adults trying to run down and catch a glimpse, and you had kids wanting to see what was going on. And Mikey gave him a show that was worthy of the price of admission, and being able to see him and show his ability, same concept, other than just scoring. He was actually running the team, putting passes in guys' hands to be able to score and try to be effective. And again, it wasn't meant to be like, oh, but you could tell he was just like, all right, I'm gonna play. It wasn't like I'm gonna try to embarrass this dude because he actually can play, meaning Hansel. And then the same, and they both garnered respect for each other, as well as both teams garnered respect for one another once the game got to cooking.
There you have it, players, man. Another in-depth interview with Robert Alfonso. Rob, let them know where they can find you at on social media.
Everyone can find me on social media at BTS Report, where I provide content and information on players, college eligible prospects who I want to be able to provide them a stage. So BTS_report on Twitter, BTS Report on Instagram.
There you have it, players. Till next week, peace. In commitment news, 4 5-star seniors announced their college of choice, and in one case, their professional plans. Let's start with point guard and McDonald's All-American Nolan Hickman, who committed to NCAA tournament runner-ups Gonzaga. Next, another McDonald's All-American, Patrick Baldwin Jr., who chose to attend the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee and play for his dad over the likes of Duke, Kentucky, and Kansas. That's tough. Next up, Creighton D commit Tata Washington committed to Coach Cal and Kentucky Wildcats. With the commitment, this gives Coach Cal his 12th 5-star point guard since taking over in 2009. Lastly, the biggest name on the board, Jaden Hardy, chose to go the G League route and play professionally for the Ignite team. This week's Player Circle Spotlight is Brian BJ Edwards, 2022 point guard out of Knoxville, Tennessee. BJ was an early adopter of our Player Circle app, creating a profile nearly 2 years ago when we were still in beta phase. The 4-star recruit put the world on notice this past week when he scored 33 points and led B-Mays Elite to a 30-point victory over Mikey Williams and We All Can Go. He should definitely see his recruitment pick up this summer with all the heavyweights knocking on his door. But as you can imagine, the Tennessee Volunteers will do their best to keep the talented point guard at home. BJ, keep doing your thing, player. There you have it. That's a wrap on episode 19 of the TPC Weekly Roundup. Be sure to like the video, comment some fire emojis if you watched the whole thing, share the video with a friend. That's really the best way for us to continue growing this channel. Follow us on social media, download the app, check out the merch. Until next week, peace.
So just chill till the next episode.